Okay, when you see this video, it will be 2 weeks later. So I mean, this is 2 weeks ago. Cause I'm in New Zealand, I have my workshop here about YouTube. And then when I'm here, Panasonic New Zealand get contact, and then they send me this Panasonic LX100II. It's not usual that I've got to test a camera before the official announce. Even the instruction manual said it's in for prototype. Here is the prototype camera, LX100II. I thought it would be called LX300 or LX200, something like that, but LX100II doesn't matter. So this LX100II looks almost exactly the same as the last LX100. And between them, there are 4 years of time passed. So is there any difference?
4 years of time, you expect there are loads of new stuff, right?
Right, so if you have read about this camera already, you may have heard that, oh, it's not much different. No, actually, there's a lot of different, I'm telling you that. Now it got 17 megapixel, effective 17 megapixel. Before that it was 13. Of course, after 4 years, you expect the megapixel count jump. 13 to 17, yeah. Now the actual sensor is actually 21 megapixel, but because of you can change aspect ratio, actually the effective is just 17. I will talk more about the aspect ratio selector later, but I do love the aspect ratio selector. Now 60:9. Okay, it looks exactly the same. Yes, I admit that it looks exactly the same, but well, like Sony LX100 from Mark 1 to Mark 6, they all look exactly the same anyway. It looks so close to the last one, that's why I only got one tape on it to cover the LX100 Mark II, and that's it. But actually some difference, alright. That's the touch screen. Finally, it's a touch screen. Filter button on top now is a function 1 button, because before that, in my review when I was still in digital web, I also mentioned that the top filter button, you can't change it to anything else. Now you can, it's a function 1 button. Well, the IA button, you still can't change it. Oh, the front grip is different. It's still, of course, it's still a compact camera. It's not like a big mirrors or even DSLR camera with a huge grip, but for compact camera, this is not bad. There's a lot of other compact camera that's a lot more slipperier than this. Now you can charge with USB. That's good, because the last one you can't. Well, the last one is 4 years ago. Well, I'm a bit disappointed you can't charge it when you are using it though. You have to turn it off to charge it. You can't charge it while using it, not even power it with USB. Oh, by the way, I changed this to this kind of auto door, where you have to buy this separately. It kind of like alien, like this is not new. Other new things, including Bluetooth. Oh wow, finally you got Bluetooth. Monochrome picture profile, pose focusing, focus stacking, 20 times manual focus assist, live view boost. That's loads of new stuff, right? Okay. 4K photo mode is also new to this camera. Basically, it shoots a 4K video and lets you export one of the frame as a photo, an 8 megapixel one, as it is from a 4K resolution. Interestingly, continuous AF burst rate down from 6.5 FPS before to 5.5 now, but buffer have been increased from 9 RAW to more than 33 RAW. Single AF burst is the same as 11 FPS. So okay, in fact, yes, I trying to say that it's got a lot of different this and that, but yes, you can say that it's not much different. The lens is exactly the same. Nothing really hugely different. It's not a revolutionary. It's not. I mean, it even looks the same. For video, nothing special. You can do 4K. It got power OIS, but it just got built-in mic. Again, why there is just no compact camera with mic input? Also, you don't have vlog, you don't have scene like those kind of flat picture profile, which is Disappointed. But it do 4K, a real 4K, 4K 25p, not those 15p, something like that. So you can definitely use it.
Something that really need an update, the EVF.
It's still the same as the last LX100, the original one. When you pan, I still see some kind of red, green and blue pixel that separated. Like that kind of like some color ghosting. That's not that good.
However, I do love the original LX100. I took one to my London trip and made a review back in digital web. And everything that made the original LX100 great and unique still relevant today.
Yeah, look at that. Shit out of a feel, I've got that too. Well, also, not to mention, this manual dial, always like this manual dial. No more ASM mode, you just change it on the dial or put it to auto. Simple.
One thing that's truly unique to the LX series is the aspect ratio switch.
Well, the aspect ratio thing, it's up there. Actually not a new concept because Panasonic have this for like 10 years now, I think, from the LX3 or something like that. Now it's LX100. You can imagine how many different cameras, 97 cameras between LX3 and LX100, not really. Okay, not the best photo, but it's just for illustration purposes.
Yeah, it lets you select different aspect ratio, but it's not as simple as cropping the photo. For example, the 16:9 actually gives you more on both sides compared to a 4:3 picture, well maybe except the 1:1. In fact, it's never used the whole sensor. In this way, it can keep roughly the same diagonal angle of view, well maybe except the 1:1. It really depends on how you look at it. You can say you need to use the whole forward sensor. Or why have 4 more megapixels when you can have the creative use of aspect ratio? I do enjoy picking different aspect ratio for different scenarios.
I mean, this combination is just unique to this camera. The sensor, the small size, the lens, and it's just so snappy, it's just so handy to use.
This is simply a zoom compact with the largest sensor on the market right now. Yes, this may be just a performance bump compared to the original LX100, but it is the combination of a small 24-75 zoom lens, quick AF, 11 burst, responsive shutter paired with a quiet leaf shutter. Or make this a super useful little camera that you simply can't find a comparable product on the market right now.
Anyway, thank you for watching this short and brief review because I don't have too much time to review this camera on this trip. I mean, still in New Zealand as I mentioned already, still have to prepare for my workshop. So I hope you find this really short and brief video helpful. Yay!